Hello, Fabulous Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2017. Looking at life and love, I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What a month it is, and it really comes down to your ruling planet, Venus. Venus is going to stand still in the sky mid-month and go direct. So this is going to represent a pivotal moment in the larger Venus retrograde cycle that we've been in for most of the year so far since late January. Now think about some of the things that would have arisen right around late January, because what takes place this month, particularly mid-month, is going to in some way hearken to what was transpiring way back then. We are going to have not only Venus stand still in the sky and begin to go direct, but we're going to have Saturn stand still in the sky and begin to go retro, holding tight a conversation with that newly direct Venus, and also with Chiron as well, hanging tight in conversation with Chiron, Venus with Chiron in the sky. All of this suggests that this is going to be a particularly vulnerable time for all of us, a particular time where all of us are having to be deeply honest with ourselves about where we are in love and why, how we really feel about our relationships and about our lack of relationships or the state of our current relationship, if the sacrifices that love is asking us to make, or other people, in your case in particular, if people in general are asking us to make, if those sacrifices truly are worth it or not. And that really is key here. And for you in particular, I look at this sky and that people element is magnified here. In some way, it is very likely that it is people, other people, who are bringing the drama right about now, who are complicating your life right about now. And this is going to reach a certain crescendo, if you will, right around mid-month. Now, do keep in mind, as we progress further into late April, that is when we are going to have a new moon in your sign. Now, normally you get one new moon per sign per year. This is your new moon. And when we have a new moon take place, it tends to suggest fresh energy, your personal new year of sorts, and it is a chance for you to, in some key way, begin again, to feel a sense of a fresh start in your own life, a fresh beginning for yourself in your own life. And as I look at this sky, I feel like it can't come a moment too soon. It is as if you need to have this personal sense of honesty, very likely facilitated by another person, very likely facilitated by a friend, possibly facilitated in a moment that is less than comfortable, but ultimately this is going to be exactly what it is you need in order to then turn around and be able to be more deeply honest with yourself about who you really are, which is key, who you really are and what you really want to do with your life, with yourself, and what it is that you truly desire to begin again. From what place within you are you going to act? What does your heart desire? What does your soul desire? And now who are you going to be in the world as a result of this self-knowing, as a result of this self-knowledge? When we have Venus making these very key connections in the middle of the month, as Venus changes directions, it is as if you shift gears. It is as if you change directions. And it is going to be as a result of one very vulnerable moment. And as I said, a friend may be a part of this. If you are in an established bond, it could be a friend who in some way is involved in some vulnerability that arises in that bond. It could be a friend who brings some information in about the established bond that you have, or more, who brings in some element of complication. It could also be if you have allowed things to get a little complicated with a friend. This is where the depth of how complicated it has been and what that could mean starts to make itself more apparent, and what sacrifice would be involved for you to actually choose to and decide to take it in a certain direction or not starts to make itself more apparent as well. One thing is for sure though, when you've got a sky like this, It is very decisive, meaning there's nothing wishy-washy about this. There's nothing, having to do with, okay, we're going to take a measured approach. We're going to do it a little at a time. I'm going to, try and mete out my response. It's very decisive. It's very asking for a final answer. It's asking for soul searching, certainly. But at the end of the day, this is going to be either an understanding of what you must do or what you will not do. An understanding of who is with you and you are now completely with, or who you no longer are with and who no longer is with you. So there's a lot of clarity with this, certainly. Even with Mercury retrograde, I gotta say. So Mercury is also gonna go retro this month, and it's gonna retro sort of in and out of your sign this month. So do be aware of that. And this is energy that you're actually gonna take into next month as well. Of course, I'll be here to talk about it then. So there can be some mixed messages. There can be some, some desire for mixed decisions, but really where it comes down to it, where it comes to matters of heart, where it comes to matters of emotion, where it comes to what you really feel, the words may be, not as clear as you may necessarily like, but on some level, And especially where it comes to where events are mirroring what you've already known, what's already been showing up for you since late January in particular, you already have your answers. So trust that new moon that transpires late this month, because that new moon is going to be your guiding star. That new moon is going to point the way very clearly to your truth. And when you trust your truth, it can only lead you in a positive direction. Well, thank you so much for watching. If you would like a video just like this every single week, log on to astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com and become one of my Astrofabulous superstars. Superstars get a video just like this, exclusive content, exclusive video scopes just like this each and every week, available to superstars only, my superstars, at astrofabulous.com. So you can log on right now, sign up, get instant access to weekly videos right now at nadiyashah.com or astrofabulous.com. Thank you so much for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.